I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wrenches in my top drawer of my snap-on box. I think I'm missing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pliers in my bottom drawer of my snap-on box. Get ready to fix some cars. Get ready to fix. Let's go.
I have sinned against you.
I think what Reverend Pathos is trying to say is that we've all sinned.
Not like me.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's MJ, and yes, I have sinned against all of you. I am ashamed of myself. I made a series of mistakes when trying to diagnose a vibration at high speeds problem on my Camry. I'm so disgusted with myself, but let's talk about it. So here we are. As you can see, the vibration starts to come along over 60 miles an hour. It gets really bad around 70. And for some strange reason, it starts to smooth out. See, look at that. It starts to smooth out though at around 80. So I hadn't been driving this vehicle for a few weeks, and I've just been driving my van. But yeah, you see, this vibration is unacceptable. It's way too bad. So I had to try to figure out what was wrong. I thought initially, I don't know why I thought this, I thought it was the struts. The struts were actually bad. They went bad when I lived in Michigan, when I worked at Toyota for a couple of years, and the roads in Michigan are terrible, and it messed up my struts, I believe. But just because I needed struts doesn't necessarily mean that that's what was causing this vibration. I was just kind of hoping that's what it was, but I was wrong, and I don't think that's a good way to diagnose. I shouldn't have done it that way. So I went ahead and replaced the front struts. I got them from AutoZone, and their struts are terrible. Don't get their struts. I was just being cheap. I had to end up taking one of them back because it was clunking over bumps. Like as soon as I put it in there, it was bad out of the box. So I had to replace one side twice, but I finally got them in there, and guess what? The vibration concern remained. It was completely unchanged. I was hoping it would help, but it didn't. So then I was like, well, it must be the front tires. I replaced the front tires. I felt like it was coming from the front, but I was wrong. Then I replaced the front rotors too. I said, well, I feel like it's coming from the front, but I was wrong about that too. See, there's my new front rotors. I got those from AutoZone. They seem to be working okay. It did improve the vibration slightly. Like, it would smooth out around 80, but now it would smooth out around maybe 74. So the front rotors helped a little bit. There might have been some slight warping in the rotors, but it wasn't the main problem, so it doesn't really matter. When I thought, I was like, well, what if it's the rear drum? So I just randomly replaced the rear drums, and look what I found. The rear tires were all messed up. Oh my God, look how bad these rear tires are. This is all my fault. I should have inspected these tires beforehand. I don't know how this slipped my mind. And just one of them was bad though. Well, this bad. See, look at this, it's terrible. This is actually caused because the rear struts are bad as well as the front, and it causes the tires to like go up and down on the road too much, and it causes cupping and feathering, and plus I didn't rotate the tires for like 50,000 miles. But I still need rear struts and an alignment. See, these are my new tires. I got the new tires put on. I wish I had a tire machine so I could mount and balance my own tires. I hate taking my car somewhere, but I had to. And look at the results here. Nice and smooth. And so I'm happy I found the problem, but the way I diagnosed it was all over the place. I work mostly construction now, so I really only diagnose and fix my own cars and sometimes friends' cars, but yeah, I gotta do what's called a countermeasure. When I worked at Toyota, if you made a mistake, they didn't get too mad at you, but you had to figure out why you made the mistake. So this is what I came up with so far. Mistakes I made. Number one, I didn't perform a thorough vehicle inspection. If you like diagnosing things, check out the show House about the doctor. They go through a lot of good diagnosis steps there. For example, in one episode, there was a woman, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, and at the last second, they found there was like a tiny tick in a private part of her body that was like poisoning her, and they didn't inspect like every inch of her, and that's what was causing her problem. So, and also for this car anyway, I was trying to feel the vibration problem, and that was wrong. It's hard to feel it. You got to see the problem on the car. The old car excuse is like, oh, well, I got to replace this old parts anyway. I might as well see if that fixes it. And that just leads to a bunch of wasted time and money, even if you kind of do need the parts. I need to do repairs on the weekend because during the week I'm so tired from work. When I get home, I'm not concentrating. And I need to do a thorough visual inspection and find that smoking gun evidence. Like for a vibration problem that big, you should be able to see it and find it easily. And I need to replace my suspension parts and inspect them more. So yeah, it was a big mistake, but in the end I did get it fixed. I try to promote inspecting things and testing things before replacing them, and I didn't follow my own advice, so I felt like a giant dum-dum. But in the end, I did get the car fixed. So that made me pretty happy. I'm able to drive my car to work sometimes now, and I'm trying to get a whole bunch of miles on my Camry. I want to get up to 1 million miles one day, hopefully. But yeah, I'm so happy. I got the vibration problem fixed, and in the end, things worked out all right. Usually with vibration, at certain speeds, it's got to be something that's spinning. So tires, rotors, drums, axles. It's not usually anything stationary. So if you want to put in the comments how you think I'm the biggest dum-dum ever and you would have found it in 5 seconds, then don't bother, because you know what? I'm probably just going to erase your comment if you come for me like that. But look, I'm just being honest. Put in the comments something that you did wrong and maybe we can discuss it. But yeah, I'm just keeping it real with you. Not 100% perfect, and have a good one.